I go back to the early 60s. I fished the Deschutes River. And the Deschutes was only, the people who had jet boats would go up there. There was only a couple of guides who went up in the early 60s. And the Trembling 20 guys out of, that put on the Portland Open, took us fishing, took several of us fishing. I remember Bob McAllister and I'm trying to think who the other pros were. I can't remember who they were. But we went up and played, or we went up and fished the Deschutes, and we spent the night up there, and we were then fishing with spinning rods and so forth and so on. And Ross Hammock, which is one of the Trembling 20, was fishing with us. And you know what the Trembling 20 was? There were 20 guys put up $1,000 for the $20,000 purse at the Portland Open.
Okay.
So anyway, we went up there and fished. First day, we caught some 3, 4, 5 pound steelhead, that kind of stuff. McAllister caught, I remember he caught about a 6-pounder. Thought that was a really big fish. And then the second morning I was fishing with 6-pound line with a spinner, and one of these little salmon eggs with a little yarn out of it. And all of a sudden I got it, it's a good solid hit. The fish all of a sudden jumped, and I saw this fish, and I said, I've got a big one. And you can't fish from a boat on the Deschutes. So I was calling for a boat, and the fish were starting to head down the rapids. And they were they got over there, I got there, and all of a sudden the fish came loose. The fish went down the rapids, and I was dejected. And about 1 minute later, at the bottom of the rapids, Ross Hammock yells, "Hey, I got a big one!" And so I went down with Ross, and we went about 1.5 miles downstream with that fish. And he caught the fish, and I picked it up out of the river. And right behind the gill plate was about 1.5 inch cut where my fly had been in there, cut out, and the blood was running out of it. 22 pounds, 6 ounces. 3 pounds, 6 ounces bigger than any fish ever taken out of the Deschutes previously. But that's why he mounted it on the wall. The fish that Jack lost.